Take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. It's a simple, wonderful feeling. Have you ever truly stopped to wonder where that breath comes from? It is a gift, given freely by our living planet. Right now, at this very moment, something remarkable is happening all around the world. In the vast, silent forests and in the deep, mysterious oceans, your very next breath is being created. It is a process that connects us all, from the smallest insect to the largest whale. This invisible substance, this oxygen, is the lifeblood of our world, and its story is one of the most magnificent tales nature has to tell. The journey of that single breath is a grand adventure. It may have started high in the canopy of a tropical rainforest, released from the bright green leaf of an ancient tree. Or perhaps it began its life far out at sea, bubbling up from a microscopic creature drifting in the sunlit waters. Let us venture now into the world of trees. Imagine standing in an ancient forest. Sunlight dapples the ground, filtering through a ceiling of green leaves. It is quiet here, but it is not still. A great and important work is being done. The trees are breathing, the tallest redwood, the smallest sapling. But they breathe in a very different way to us. They take in a gas called carbon dioxide, the very gas that we breathe out. They draw it in through tiny pores on their leaves, like thousands of little mouths. This is the first step in a truly magical transformation. This process has a scientific name: photosynthesis. It sounds complex, but its essence is beautifully simple. Using the brilliant energy from the sun, the tree takes that carbon dioxide and combines it with water drawn up from its roots. It is a kind of natural alchemy. The tree uses this process to create its own food, the sugars it needs to grow tall and strong, but in doing so, it creates something else. It creates a waste product. And wonderfully for us, that waste product is pure life-giving oxygen. The tree does not need it, and so it releases it back into the air. Think of every leaf on every tree as a tiny solar-powered factory. While we often look to the great forests as the source of our air, much of the story is hidden beneath the waves. The ocean, which covers most of our planet, holds a secret. It is responsible for producing at least half of the oxygen in our atmosphere. Indeed, some scientists believe it may be much more. This production does not come from large, complex plants, but from something far, far smaller. It comes from countless billions of tiny microscopic organisms that drift in the upper layers of the sea, soaking up the sun's rays. These tiny life forms are known as phytoplankton. Like the plants on land, they perform photosynthesis. They are, in essence, microscopic floating plants. They use sunlight, water, dissolved carbon dioxide to create their own food. And just like the trees, as they do this, they release oxygen. These creatures are so small that you cannot see them with the naked eye, yet together their impact is immense. They form the very base of the marine food web, but their contribution to the air we breathe is just as critical. Every other breath you take, you owe to the ocean. Now we must look at our own role in this global story. With every breath we take, we become part of the oxygen cycle. Our bodies are, honestly, these intricate machines that require a constant supply of fuel. That fuel is oxygen. When we inhale, air is drawn into our lungs, where the oxygen is passed into our bloodstream. It travels to every single cell in our body, from our brain to the tips of our toes. This oxygen is used to unlock the energy from the food we eat, powering our muscles, our thoughts, and our very heartbeat. It is the spark that keeps the fire of life burning within us. In this process of using oxygen, our bodies create a waste product. You may have already guessed what it is. It is carbon dioxide. With every exhale, we release this gas back into the atmosphere. We take in the oxygen that plants and phytoplankton have so generously made, and we give back the carbon dioxide that they need to live. It is a perfect reciprocal relationship. All animals that breathe air do the same. We have journeyed from the towering forests to the sunlit oceans, and we have seen how life is connected through the simple act of breathing. We have seen the trees and the tiny plankton as the great producers, the givers of oxygen. We have seen ourselves and all animal life as the consumers, taking in this gift and returning carbon dioxide. This entire planet, in a way, is like one giant living organism. It inhales and it exhales. The forests and the oceans are its lungs, maintaining the precious atmosphere that envelops us all like a thin, protective blanket. This balance is both robust and fragile. For millions of years, the oxygen cycle has sustained itself, allowing complex life to flourish. The amount of oxygen in the atmosphere has remained remarkably stable, creating the world we know today. This stability is a testament to the power and resilience of nature. However, the actions of humanity are now putting this ancient balance to the test. We are clearing forests at an alarming rate, diminishing the planet's ability to produce oxygen on land. At the same time, the health of our oceans is threatened by pollution-warming temperatures which could harm the vital phytoplankton. We are adding more carbon dioxide to the atmosphere than the natural cycle can comfortably absorb. We are in effect making it harder for our planet to breathe. This is a great challenge and one that we must face with understanding and care. This brings us to a final profound question. As we look towards the future, we must ask ourselves, could Earth's oxygen ever run out? For now, the supply seems vast and endless, but the systems that create it are under pressure. The story of oxygen is the story of life itself. Cooperation, balance, and interdependence. By understanding where our very next breath comes from, we can perhaps learn to better protect the remarkable green worlds and the blue worlds that provide it. For in their health, we find our own. If you learned something new, hit like and subscribe.